It's Matthias Neu again, and I'd like to show you real quick how to configure a thermocouple charm. So thermocouple sensors are temperature sensors for sure, and the thermocouple charm supports those type of thermocouple sensors directly, but it can also be used as a low voltage input module. So with going into configuration means we're just pressing onto the thermocouple charm at the charm section of the asset monitor box, and we see that it is not configured for now. So we can move into the configuration by pressing the general configuration button or the charm related configuration button from here, which I'm doing right now. And on the top we see again that we have an enablement box for activating or deactivating the charm itself. We can enter some text into here for name, description and cabling ID, just for description reasons. That does not affect anything to the measurement. So I'm leaving that with the default name, which means charm at monitor number 1, and this is located at slot number 7. And I'm just entering a description for TC, which means thermocouple. Cabling ID could be anything entered over here. And then moving into the detail section means we are able to specify what type of input signal is expected to be connected to the thermocouple and millivolt charm. So that means finally from functionality table, we're able to choose out of one of the most common thermocouple types, thermocouple sensor types that are available from the market and supported by the charm. So it could be a type J thermocouple sensor. We're able to specify a compensation, which means compensation of the measurement value, means the reference temperature, which could be a local compensation, which is just entering a fixed value finally. So let's say our environmental temperature is typically 32 degrees Celsius inside of the box, or we're able to do a real compensation by using another charm connected with, applied with an RTD sensor, for example, that is just measuring the inside temperature of the box or at the terminals finally. So we are able to specify another charm for compensation as well, if it is not a fixed temperature that we'd like to enter in here. And there is an anti-aliasing filter, again, which this anti-aliasing filter is just specification how fast the measurement value will be refreshed all the time. So I'm just leaving it disabled, as we're expecting a slow changing signal from the thermocouple sensor and the thermocouple measurements for temperature reason. So it can just be disabled without any influences. Now, alternatively to the thermocouple sensors that could be connected, we are also able to use this thermocouple charm as a millivolt input, so very low voltage input. So I'm just choosing the 100 millivolt scale, and for that we also have these local compensation opportunities, so it could be just a voltage level detected from a sensor connected and anti-aliasing filter opportunities again. So it's not too much parameters to be set up, but from now on the charm is expecting the signal coming in on low voltage millivolt level to be measured and processed inside of the charm. Now, and last but not least, we're having a display range again, so it does not mean that all the range that the charm is able to manage and deal with needs to be shown finally from the bar graph. So we're able to limit our display range for having a better resolution of values to be shown on the displays inside of the AMS Asset Monitor box. So finally, going back to the functionality of a J-type thermocouple sensor, having local compensation and don't need any compensation to be entered into here, leaving the anti-aliasing filter as it is, and the display range was 0 to 100 degrees Celsius should be okay for my measurement here in the office as well. Now leaving the configuration finally with pressing the save button, and after that we see that the charm automatically turns into green light now as it is configured, and the measurement value will be shown as well within a few seconds. So finally, that's everything you need to do for having a thermocouple charm configured for a thermocouple sensor, or alternatively for a millivolt input consideration as well.